McConachy, New Zealand professional billiards champion for 30 years, is one of the world's great players. On no less than 3 occasions, he's been runner-up for the World's Championship. Today, he's showing us some of the shots that are to be seen when professionals meet. At the moment, he's doing some nursery cannons, but you're well out of the nursery when you get to this stage. It's with the nursery cannons that the big-time players knock up the big scores. They keep the balls in position and just keep on scoring. McConachy's biggest break is 1,943. Here's a simple 8 shot. He pots the red, cannons, and goes in off the white. Again, he'll pot the red, collect the cannon, and drop in the pocket off the white. And here's a trick shot that shows the skill of the master. A hat trick at billiards. A cannon off the red, onto the white, and into the hat. The same trick made more difficult, potting the red into the bottle and a cannon onto the white and into the hat. All these tricks a professional learns in a long career. Now for some more match-winning shots. In off the red without touching the white. McConachy is the world's greatest master of screw and stun. Yes, he's well snookered, or at least any ordinary player would be. All this looks easy when the expert does it, but try it yourself sometime. Finally, a shot often thought impossible. It's doubtful if anyone else can do it. A run-through cannon with all 3 balls hard up against the cushion. Here it is again. As a billiards player, New Zealander Clark McConachy has few equals.
In the art of wood carving, Maori craftsmen developed considerable skill. This richly decorated treasure box is a good example of how the Maoris worked in wood. Here are the traditional faces with power-shell eyes. Though old, this box has been carved with European steel tools. The old-time Maori was a Stone Age man and had only stone adzes and chisels with which to do his carving. He decorated everything he could, his implements, his utensils, and his houses. Some of the best of these are now permanently preserved in the country's museums. But some antiquities can't be taken to museums. In out-of-the-way places, such as this river valley, are found rock paintings which were probably drawn before the Maori fleet reached New Zealand 600 years ago. Who did them and what they mean, nobody knows for certain. Who was this man with legs and arms outstretched? Others are less distinct. These drawings are unique as they're done on hard rock. All other examples, and there are many in New Zealand, are found in limestone country. These pictures in red pigment are clearer, but it's not definitely known who drew them either. In these parts, early natives hunted the moa, the huge New Zealand bird now extinct, and the drawings were probably done by the moa hunters. Whether they had any significance or were only the doodlings of bored hunters waiting for the rain to stop is something we can only wonder about. However, this drawing, recognizable as a 3-masted ship, was obviously drawn after the white men discovered New Zealand. In the limestone country, there may be more rock paintings. Paintings that may even solve the mystery of the first inhabitants of New Zealand.
Yachting is one of the favourite summer sports of the sea-girt New Zealanders. Along the 1,000-mile coastline of the 2 islands are many harbours and inlets for those whose joy is the warm sun and the flowing sea. Here is one of the Auckland keelers outward bound on a Christmas cruise. Regatta Day on Auckland's famous harbour is the great yachting event of the year. With anything up to 1,000 entries, it's claimed to be the largest one-day regatta in the world. Here are boats of every size, shape, sort and description. Yachting, like all other sports in New Zealand, is open to all and is in no way exclusive. Schoolboys start by building their own sailing dinghies and graduate to larger and larger yachts, building and sailing each class in turn. Even A-class keelers, such as the Ranger, are on occasions built by their own owners. Boys first learn seamanship in the tiny taurongas, and part of the drill is upsetting their unsinkable craft, righting them again, and then carrying on with the race. By the time they come to sailing the lively 18-footers, New Zealand boys are skilled and assured yachtsmen. During the long weekends and holidays, regattas and races are held on waterways all over the country. On a landlocked inlet, centreboard yachts are starting in a light air. These are the enthusiasts, the ones who brought their boats overland by lorry and train to compete with the local yachtsmen. One race finishes in a calm, but the boats rush past the finishing mark on the outgoing tide. At another regatta on a small inland lake, there's no tide and the yachts drift lazily. Conditions like this are rather rare in New Zealand, where winds are plentiful. While the calm lasts, it's enjoyably warm and pleasantly peaceful. Races become drifting matches. Even then, some people get into trouble. Through not standing watch, these boys have got their rudders stuck in the mud, and these are letting theirs drag in the water. Most important race on the New Zealand yachting calendar is the Sanders Cup. For this race, 3- or 4-man crews sail 14-foot centreboarders, and entries are limited to one boat from each provincial district. Exhaustive trials have preceded the selection of boats and crews, so to sail in the Sanders Cup is a keenly sought honour. Here's the finish of one of the races. Little wonder the winners cheer when after an 11-mile race, one boat beats the other by 5 seconds. Second only to the Sanders Cup is the Cornwall Cup. This race is for boys under 19 years and sailed in 12-foot 6 centreboarders. Today's race is being sailed on one of those days when wind is too plentiful. It's a howling gale, and this boat is planing along like a speedboat. In fact, it's darn near airborne, and the crew are fighting hard to keep it right side up. It looks like a collision. No, they're over. Capsizing their boat was not part of the drill today. And there's another. Who said modern youth had lost the spirit of adventure? With spinnakers flapping and spray flying, the other boats carry on. This isn't plain sailing. In fact, you have to have a leaning for this sport. The survivors return to the clubhouse. This contest is a real test of sailing skill. For crews change boats after each race, and the winning crew are heartily congratulated. Very heartily congratulated. When the next weekend comes, boats again sail over Twinkling Lake and wave-flecked inlet. No New Zealander lives far from sailing water, and here there's enjoyment for all who know the lure of wind-filled sails on a summer's sea.